Hey guys, it's Houndx here, and today I'm going to show you a few things that you should consider before buying the Lenovo Legion. These are basically going to be a few drawbacks of the Lenovo Legion, but to be honest, the Lenovo Legion 5 is one of Lenovo's best gaming laptops in 2020, and personally these few things I'm going to share with all don't really bother me as an individual, but they may bother you. Now before we get started with the video, be sure to subscribe down to the Hound channel if you haven't already. It does help me a lot. And according to my YouTube analytics, only a small percent of my viewers are subscribers, so please do take that consideration into hitting that red button down below, as that would help me a lot. But anyways, let's get right into the video. Now, every time we have to do these kind of videos, we will have to talk about the specs. The model I have in this video is running the Ryzen 7 4800H 8-core 16-thread processor, along with the GTX 1660 Ti. It also has 16 gigs of RAM, a 144Hz panel IPS display, at a brightness of 300 nits, and colors are super accurate on this laptop. I'm not really going to get that in depth of the other specifications of this laptop since it's not really a dedicated review. If you do actually want a dedicated review on this laptop, I did make a review on the Lenovo Legion 5 last week, so be sure to check that video out if you're interested. I'll put that in the description below or in the cards. This laptop costs around $1,000, and for the CPU and GPU, it's pretty good value. Now, the first thing I'm going to talk about this laptop is the portability, which is one of the things that this laptop skims out on. Since this laptop is thicker than other slimmer gaming laptops, it weighs around 5 pounds, which can affect its portability. And if you're someone who cares a lot about that, and you're like the type of person who carries around the laptop across the building or to different areas, then this is something you should consider. Now for me, I don't really move around that much, so this doesn't really affect me as an individual, and apparently the laptop is really good for thermal cooling, and it actually does a pretty good job at cooling the CPU and GPU, which basically is a compromise for the thickness of the laptop. And after all, it is running the regular version of the GTX 1660 Ti instead of the Max-Q version. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about this laptop is the battery life, which is the one thing I am most concerned about. The battery life is just not great. It will drain pretty quickly. And with the GPU on, you're only going to get about at most 1 hour when you're playing games. If you turn it off, maybe you can get around 4 hours when you're browsing the web or doing simple tasks. And I can't really guarantee if you're going to get that long, because for me, I only got 2 hours when I was just doing simple tasks. This is, after all, to be expected since it's running a really powerful processor along with the GTX 1660 Ti, but I wish the battery inside the laptop could have been bigger. It's a 60 Wh battery, but some Lenovo Legion 5s have a 75 Wh battery, but the model I have just came with a 60 Wh battery. Now, on to the next thing I'm going to talk about, which is the speakers, which the quality is mediocre. They're not the best I've ever heard before. I know that's a question that most of you are probably going to ask, so here's the answer. Now, the last thing I'm going to talk about this laptop is the overall pricing of it and how you should buy it. The model I have in this video is not the base model, it's actually the upgraded model. The base model starts at around $800 and it has a GTX 1650 Ti with a Ryzen 5 4600H 6-core processor. But the thing is, I don't really recommend getting the base model of this Lenovo Legion 5, as I think it's not really good value. It has a 120Hz display, I believe, but the problem with that is the GPU, which is a GTX 1650 Ti, is not powerful enough to get 120 frames per second in modern AAA titles. And the GTX 1660 Ti, it has the ability to do that, while this GTX 1650 Ti may not. So if you do plan on buying this Lenovo Legion 5, I just recommend getting a Lenovo Legion 5 with specs similar to the model I have in this video, or even better. Alright, so those are the things that I want to share, you guys. Those are the things that you should look out for when buying the Lenovo Legion 5. If they don't really bother you, then this is the perfect gaming laptop for you in 2020. So that is pretty much it for this video. If you found it helpful or if you simply enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, as that would help me out tremendously. And if you have any suggestions for what future videos I can do regarding this laptop, you can go ahead and let me know in the comments below. So that's pretty much it, and I will catch you all in my next video.